Hey, hello. Nice to see you. Today I wanted to show you my tarot card collection. This is a video I've done before, but this version is an updated version, first of all, and second of all, it is also somewhat abridged. That's because I don't have all the decks I used to have. I've given some to friends, I've sold others. Even though I was attracted to all of the decks at some point, which is why I would have bought them. Some of them, once I saw them in person, they were as gorgeous as I thought they would be. But I just didn't connect to them when it came to doing readings. So I gave them to friends that I thought they might suit, or if I didn't know anyone I thought it might suit, I sold them. So I used to have something insane, like I think 20 decks, maybe something like that, maybe fewer. Then I narrowed it down to 12 decks, and now I have 8 decks with me here today to share with you. So we will start with my 4 favorites, and then move on to 2 Oracle decks I have, and end with an extra 2 decks that I have, and I'll explain why I have them if they're not my favorite. So the first deck I want to share with you is this one. It is called Holly Simple Tarot, and I think you would have seen it in a video before. So it has this very fun, kooky back design, these rectangles going from gray to pink to yellow to blue. And then the cards themselves have a similar kooky design. So what I like about her cards is that they are creepy, kooky, as I said, and just fun. I just really like them. So this is done in a way that's inspired by the Rider-Waite. It's not exactly the same. It's pretty inspired by it. So we can see the swords here. This is a 10 of Swords. So similar kind of image to the 10 of Swords in Rider-Waite, but not quite. Instead of the swords in the back of a person, it's in this skull and in the third eye. So they're still thoughtfully done. Here are wands, which look more like clubs. There's the Emperor. Here are some pentacles, looking like that. And let's see if we can find the Chariot. So that one's totally different. Star, wands, here are some cups. The 8 of Cups. So, just to give you an idea of what the cards look like, I really like them. And I just think she is such a talented artist. So here's the Magician. As in Rider-Waite, we have all 4 suits present here in the hands of this magician figure, but the Magician looks totally different from the Rider-Waite Magician. That's probably my third or 4th favorite deck. Tied with that one for 3rd or 4th favorite deck is the 7th Sphere Tarot from Labyrinthos. Labyrinthos is run by this woman named Tina Gong, who I believe used to be a developer, like a computer programmer type developer. And she got really into tarot, and so now she makes these decks, but she's so talented. She also makes apps to go along with them so that you can learn how to read them more easily. And I don't know, just her card design is excellent in my opinion. I don't know if these are vector images or what, but that's what it looks like to me. So I think she does a lot of her work on the computer, but with really great results. And I just connect so much to this deck. I find it really calming. Like the back has that rose gold foil. These also have the rose gold foil. So this is in the Rider-Waite style, but it's a Marseille deck, I believe. So we have the kings, queens, pages, and knights, all with a figure and the suit. And the major arcana are all with images as well, unique images. But the rest of the minor arcana are with these pip cards. So it just shows you the number of the suit by representing it with that same number with the item of the suit. So this is the 9 of Wands, for example. Here's the King of Pentacles. Here is 10 of Cups, just absolutely gorgeous. Here's the Magician. So to compare it to the Holly Simple deck, for example, here we have all the suits represented in the corners with the central Magician figure, using them to manifest her will. So you can see that they're both in the Rider-Waite tradition, but quite different in the layout of the actual image. Here's Strength. Pentacles again, another pip card for the minor arcana. Here's Swords. And let's just look at this one, the Empress. So any card that has to do with intuition, I find, has extra rose gold foil. So Magician had a little extra, maybe you saw, and the Empress too has extra there. Yeah, just a really beautiful deck. I love it so much. I find it very soothing to use, and I believe the cards are plastic, so you could really take them anywhere. Alright, my second favorite deck of all time is this Pagan Otherworlds, the Pagan Otherworlds deck. It's from a company called Usi, U-U-S-I, Usi. They make all kinds of cards. I actually just bought 2 playing card decks from them. I can show you some other day if you're interested. I believe they're based in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So the artwork on these is unreal. I really feel like it's kind of old-timey in this really gorgeous way. So like here's the Knight of Wands, again in the Rider-Waite tradition, but with their own interpretation of the image. So Page of Wands here, 10 of Wands. Let's see, here's the Queen of Pentacles. So she has this giant pentacle there. Page of Pentacles. The Star. I believe these were all oil paintings originally. Here's the Page of Swords. Hierophant. And yeah, it's just gorgeous. Here's Temperance. It's like so pretty. The level of detail is honestly just mind-blowing. And this is maybe one of my favorite cards ever. It's the Moon, and I just love their rendition of it. You have the howling dogs like in the Rider-Waite card, and the moon looking down from above. here's the Sun, Judgment, and then there are a few cards that are unique to this deck that you won't find in Rider-Waite or other tarot decks. So this one is called the Seeker. This actually might replace the Fool. I think it does, which is why there's this infinity sign up here, to suggest the kind of looping that happens at the close of the major arcana as it comes round from the World back to the Fool. So I actually forget if this replaces the Fool or not, but either way, with infinity at the top, it's meant to represent the cyclical nature of things, this looping around, and the figure is someone who is trying to reach through the veil to another side where there's information. I think it's gorgeous. Here's like the Three of Swords, also gorgeous. And some other unique cards in this deck include these moon phase cards. Oh, I also love the death card in this. I think it's so pretty. New moon. And it is waxing and waxing and the full moon. And these have like a little bit of gold foil on them. You can just barely see it, but they're clearly gorgeous. So that's my second favorite deck. And my favorite deck, you probably already know if you've been here, is the Golden Thread Tarot from Labyrinthos. So the same creator as this deck, the Seventh Sphere. So you can kind of see the clean, minimal style that she does, right? Super well done. And this is just like my go-to deck for everything. It most closely resembles traditional Rider-Waite of all these decks I've shown you. There are some variations, but it draws a lot from Rider-Waite. So here's the star, for example. I would guess I've had it for like 5 years now, probably. Again, just because we keep finding the Magician, you can compare this card to the other decks. It has all 4 suits present, and on the back as well, we have all 4 suits present. We have the cups, swords, wands, pentacles, and here's like an intuitive third eye. So it's all done in this beautiful gold foil. I cannot find a single place where the foil is missing, and I've, as I said, had this deck for a really long time. The cards are all plastic as well, so they can't get wet or warped, although I do like a warped card sometimes. Like warped paper can be kind of fun to work with. It makes nice sounds, but super durable, super beautiful. And yeah, even the minor arcana are all with a similar to Rider-Waite imagery, not the pip cards like Seventh Sphere. So highly recommend this one. I guess I'll show you the 2 other tarot decks I have really quickly. So of course I have my Rider-Waite. I have this one with star-spangled background, which I really like. I also think the, what is it, centennial version of it with the light blue background and the flower is gorgeous. But this is just the deck I have, and I don't want to get another one because I like this one a lot. It also smells really good because I keep these all in a box with a bunch of incense and Palo Santo and all of that. So, and this was my first deck. I bought this for myself in high school. I know you're supposed to be given your first deck, and I think that's a lovely practice, but if you don't have anyone around to give you a deck, I fully support you just going to get yourself your own deck. This is my oldest and dearest deck. I've probably done the most readings with this and the golden thread. And it has all the classic imagery that we know and love from Rider Waite. So, you know, here's some cups and some wands. Here we have the moon, really gorgeous card. Pentacles, got some swords. Here's some major arcana for you. And yeah, I just love the colors. I'm a little color averse sometimes. Like if you know me, you know I like things in black and white and really simple color schemes. So this deck is very colorful for me, but it's also very classic, and I find myself drawn to the colors actually from time to time. And the last tarot deck I have is this one, which is small, and it was a gift. So its box is this little black and white tin, which is really cute. I really like the size of this one, and because of its size, its design, and the fact that it was a gift, I've kept it. It's called the Inversion Tarot, and it is done in this sort of mid-century modern image style, which I really like. The kings, queens, pages, and knights, kings, queens, knights, and pages. I don't know why I've said it in the wrong order twice now, but all have an image with the suit in question, as do the major arcana, like the world here. But then the minor arcana, here's the moon, super cute. The minor arcana are in the pips, kind of like the seventh sphere. So like this for pentacles, here we got a wand, sword, and let's see, here's a cup. So it's a really great style. I like the black and white, as I was saying. That tends to be what I go for. Devil is super goofy. And I also like how portable it is, besides the fact that it was given to me by someone that I love a lot. So to end, we are going to look at my two oracle decks. The first one is Fuzzy Prism from Holly Simple. So that's the same woman who designed the Holly Simple tarot deck, as you might expect. So you can kind of get a sense of her style from these cards. So just set these over here. This has a nice silver kind of holographic foil on the backs. The difference between tarot and oracle decks are that oracle decks, the content can really be absolutely anything. It's made by the deck's creator, whereas the tarot deck has a defined system, which is major arcana, 22 cards. They're always the same with maybe slight variations like change of word, but pretty much the same. And then the minor arcana as well. And how those are depicted varies, you know, whether they're pips or have images or whatever, but it's a defined system. Whereas oracle decks can have as many or as few cards as the designer wants, and they can be about anything. So I've seen oracle decks with affirmations, with fairies, with all kinds of things. This one just has single word kind of directions, if you will. I think they're all verbs, yeah. And these really creepy, kooky, cute, just spooky designs by Holly Simple. So this one says teach. Here's surrender, progress, I guess, if we want it to be a verb. Here's share. I like this card a lot. Cry. Rest. Here's trust. I just think they're really well done. Like, trust, for me, this card is just great. It actually looks like trust, you know what I mean? Like that it's coming from the heart. There's just lots of ways to intuitively read this deck. And like this could be, you know, something you believe like might harm you, but when you confront it, you're able to confront it. And surpass your own fear. Learn, you know, just super great. So that's the Fuzzy Prism deck. And finally, we have the Supra deck. Supra from Uzi. It's U-U-S-I, Uzi. So this is the same company that made the Pagan Otherworlds deck. Again, just to give you a kind of comparison of the styles so you can see what they have in common. A lot of detail and all of that. These dark neutral colors, super pretty. So this one is just like gorgeous in my opinion. Some of it is based on Jungian analysis, just personality and traits and I don't know, a lot of psychological terminology, but they're all done in these etched images. A lot of mystical things as well. So here's magic, here's the hidden, Deus Ex Machina, primordial, so you get the sense like what it's about, all this psychological stuff, right? So ego, myth, conflict, and there are these cards in here, simplicity, so gorgeous, that connect to form little images. Oh, I love this card, self. We have the elements. There's a card for each element: air, fire, earth, water. Here's earth. Let's set some of these down. And here's moon. Here is animals. Rare, improbability, so good. They have some, what is it called? And then this you'll be familiar with if you're familiar with the Myers-Briggs test. So we have feeling, thinking, and then elsewhere we have, let me find it. Nothing, great card. Here's another, the hidden card. I think there are several of them that make an image together. Let's see if we can find it. Unconscious, imagination. Here's the sacred, that's it, sacred geometry. And here we are, intuition and sensation. So these cards, when taken together, form an image, of course, with this maze in the center, but they are also the core principles of the Myers-Briggs test and that schematic for defining personality types. So it's just a very interesting deck, and I love the different information, different sets of info and sets of objects, sets of concepts that they pulled together to make the entire deck. So that is my current tarot and oracle card collection. I have 6 tarot decks and 2 oracle decks. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any decks you think I should know about, or comments about the decks I do have, just let me know. I hope you are doing super, super, super well, and I will see you very, very, very soon.